Good evening, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badhundash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is Social and I Certified International Educational and Training Institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. It serves student community, resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 million services for free, like create on portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and bulk knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all day. Kids learning game website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement our training program, webinar, and offline online courses for you, author learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of the early step partners. Speaking knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. We try to answer the needs of today's generation and will serve them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As a member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move next, let me remind you to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and will be shared at this moment is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you'll be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you'll enjoy all feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace side. You have to join directly on our website. Now I can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you any certification. You have to take part in one. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited if you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download the certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download the certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized combines about with IGP, you can download that also. You can ship a prayer and download 18 times certificate from our website within minutes. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activism in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeker 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2. Teaching Leader Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement 2, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4. The New Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill Social Leadership and Management Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6. Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research and Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Green Spatial Programming the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tooling Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quizzes verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, education tools for teacher. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our previous student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP, well, we should promise previously, but lack of technical problem will late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous conditions, solve all issue from our website. Now you can handle reset password everything. You can take your delivery for all abilities. This is a crucial request to check all button pages on our website. Should like and still benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account, we cannot enjoy a service. At present, we are going to start our 2295 webinar, whose name is How to Be Cybersafe. And today our speaker name is Hannah Cariza C. Valley. She is from Philippines. Before I hand over this test to our speaker ma'am, I'll share a little bit about her. Teacher to at Francisco Benitez Memorial Institute District ICT Coordinator and School Information Quality Assurance Technical Monitoring and Evaluation Associate. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to RGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to RGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. It's nice to be back here in IGP. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Now I can hear you.
Okay, that's great. I missed you guys.
Ma'am, the stage is you. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, ma'am.
Pleasant evening to every Filipinos that we have here on board, as well as to other people watching us and participating from other countries. Our topic for tonight would be how to be cyber safe. If I'm not mistaken, others would be mourning. First, my name is Hannah Carissa Valle from the Philippines. Here are my contact information. You can send an email at hannahcarissa.valle@tepe.gov.ph. I work as a teacher at Francisco Benitez Memorial School in Pagsanghan, Laguna as a district ICT coordinator and a school information coordinator and quality assurance monitoring associate. So, for tonight, we will be discussing about how to be cyber safe. So, what is the digital landscape first? We have to be aware of our digital landscape first before we discuss everything about cyber safety. So, first, we have what we call as the digital natives. Digital natives are people who were born after 1990. So actually, I belong in here in this group of category being born after 1990. Can you please type one or raise your hand or put a thumbs up if you were born after 1990? So let's see how many of you were born in 1990. Being born in 19, after 1990, these people are highly connected with each other and the world. 97% of them play video games. Can you type in number two if you also play video games, whether that is online or offline? You bought it from a store or you purchased it online for your PC or for your mobile phone, a gaming mobile phone. And the digital natives are 75% of them have cell phones. Can you please, again, put a thumbs up or a heart react if you have a cell phone that you're using right now or any time of the day? 68% of the digital natives uses IM or instant messaging. So right now we have other terminologies that we use for instant messaging. So we have direct messaging, we have personal messages, and then we also have what we call as our group chats in our Facebook or Meta. And 70% of the people uses SNS sites or what we call as social networking sites. So, can you identify, type in our comment section, both in Facebook or in YouTube, the different social networking sites that you are using right now. So, whether you were born after 1990 or before 1990, you can join and put in the different social network sites that you're in. Then, these people or the digital natives easily adapt and adopt. So, you can say that you may not be born after 1990. You may have been born 1985, 1986, 1984, but still you are highly connected to the internet. You play video games. You also have cell phone. You uses instant messagings, and you are in social network sites. That is okay. It means you're also a digital native. And lastly, the digital natives generate content. So, since the pandemic happened, there are more content creators if you have been able to notice it. Now, a part of the digital landscape would be our new world. This is personal relationships having heavily influenced by the bubble that internet represents. So, because we are interconnected online, our relationships are heavily influenced by the internet representation and how we communicate there, how we present ourselves. We accept web as the dominant medium for social interaction with our peers. So actually, even at work, we are using now the social network sites in order for us to interact with our peers. So you can raise your hands if your work has what we call as a group chat. Either your boss or your peers uses a group chat in order for you to be updated with each other. So what's happening in your lives, and then if your boss needs you to print this and that, if you have to be at this time or on be at this place on this specific time, they uses the social network sites by means of the group chats in order for them to inform you or inform the rest of the people at work. Also, we become more comfortable with a public persona. So there are people among us who uses more than one profile in a social network site because we have our public and we have our personal or private. So for example, teachers. Many teachers have two accounts. So one of the Facebook account of the teacher would be for personal use with friends and close relatives, and the other one is for public wherein um, parents can reach out to them, students or um, pupils can reach out to them. They can have group with the teachers in that other account. So people become more comfortable with a public persona using online like social network sites. Now, with the digital landscape, you can see that the time spent online recently and nowadays are more than or usually up to 13 hours or more per week. So before, about 5 or 10 years ago, it was only a maximum of 8 hours per week. And sometimes it is less than 8 hours a week. But if you're going to count how many hours you are spending with your phone, then with your laptop, then you can count that it may probably be around 13 hours or more. So this is what also we call as your screen time. The social networking and the games dominate the time that we spend with our phones, with our tablets, and with our laptops. Um, Please put a happy react or a haha react if there are some people in your household that brings their cell phone when they go to the comfort room, which means they are also spending hours or time or minute while in the bathroom or restroom doing their business and with their phones. So that also consume what we call as our screen time and our time online. Now, the recommended screen time actually as per pediatricians for kids is not more than 2 hours. So if you can recall during the pandemic height, 2019, 2020, 2021, the most advised time for elementary kids is to have their online classes not more than 2 hours. For grade 6 pupils, because I was handling grade 5 and grade 6 that time, our maximum number of hours for the screen time of the kids would be 2.5 or 2.5 hours. For younger kids, it should not be more than 2 hours. So for adults, you can say that it shouldn't be more than 3 to 4 hours a day. So that should be your screen time. And screen time includes not only your laptop for your online classes, it also includes browsing the net, whether that is in Google or when you are messaging for your friends with Facebook, watching from TikTok. Those are all cumulatively our screen time. So if you will count right now, you can see that you are actually exceeding the maximum number of screen time, whether you're a kid or an adult. And with our digital landscape right now, it is hard for us to identify whether we are communicating with a friend or a foe. Why? Because it is easy to take or to make fake online persona. Anyone can get an AI tool right now to create an image, and you can say that that is how you look. Or you can take a picture of yourself and put a lot of filters. So that is already creating your own persona online, which is not actually you in person. And sometimes there are predators who are adapting to social media. So when we say predators, these are also people who are trying to get attention of other people online, especially for kids or vulnerable people, for them to take a bait from the predators. Now, speaking of predators, some of these predators also practice sextortion, which includes using digital content for blackmail. So, whether um, they create a digital content using your image or you personally, they got it from you, they are using it for sextortion. That's why we are calling them as predators. So for digital landscape, there are other parts that are supposed to be for adults only. Now, one of this would be for pornography. Nowadays, recently, compared to years and years ago, pornography have become more available than before. There are increasing chances also of accidental exposure due to spam attacks on social networks. So, if we are not being vigilant and being observant on which sites we go, there are accidental exposures that our devices can get into. So, what if the kids or your children are the ones using the phone or the laptop or the tablet? So that would be a great problem because the kids or your children would have accidental exposures. And the average of first exposure to pornography right now is at the age of 11 years old, which is way lot younger several years ago compared to several years ago. Also, there are more cases of cyberbullying. Before, our main concern would be just bullying. But right now, because of the hype of using social network sites and online activities, cyberbullying is now at a higher rate compared to before. So, what is cyberbullying? This is a type of bullying through electronic means. So, any type of electronic devices that we use to say something or say indecent words to others, or in any way means of using it negatively, that is considered as cyberbullying. This can be through texting, using your mobile phone, through the use of social network sites such as Facebook or Twitter or X right now, and YouTube or IG or our Instagram. You can actually type in more in our comment section. The other social network sites or mediums wherein someone or anyone can experience cyberbullying. Actually, aside from social network sites, we also have our messaging applications. So, for example, in a certain country, they have WeChat, and then we also have Viber. Um, what else do we have? We also have WhatsApp, Telegram, and Discord. So all social networking sites and even messaging sites. Before we also have Skype. Um, we they practice security. However, It's not right away that we can report for bullying or harassment through those messaging applications. So we have to be vigilant ourselves in order to protect ourselves and also our kids. And this cyberbullying can be potentially fatal. So when we say fatal, one can experience harassments and bullying online, and they may um, decide to go on a suicidal attempt or technically do a suicide, and they would be ending up their lives because of that. Now, cyberbullying can be as bad as physical abuse. We cannot say that it's just cyberbullying and it's just words, so we shouldn't mind any of those words because kids cannot escape the cyberbullying that happened to them or happening or might happen to them. It is very public and this is permanent. Why do we say that this is permanent? This is because anything that you upload online, whether that is a picture, that is an event, that is a video, it remains into our cloud or into the web. Even if you delete it, there is a cloud wherein everything that you uploaded will be there and it can be traced. So we have FBI in the US, and then in our countries, in each and every countries that we have, we also have those types of investigative units. So here in the Philippines, we have NBI. So even then we have the cybersecurity. So we have laws for cybersecurities, and they can actually trace even the cookies that you have used on any or every devices that you have used. Now, cyberbullying is ubiquitous. Why is it ubiquitous? Because we can use phones, computers, tablets. For computers, we also have our laptops. Any devices that we can use it. And then we can log in and log out. Actually, we can visit cafes and then the devices that we own. So this is also public. Um, this is public because it is visible to everyone. So as I have said earlier, once you have posted something, commented on something, whatever you said, it remains online. Even if you delete it, there would be traces of it. So if you can recall, there had been some cases before wherein Facebook was on a hot water and a hot seat because they know every birthdays. They know everything. And then whatever you posted, it will be there. That's why we have what we call as your memories from Facebook because everything was recorded in there. So everyone can see it. And um, more or less, there had been some people before were saying that they know everything about you because you yourself put it in your Facebook. So that's why it is important for us to read everything before we click on the boxes of check which says I understand because those would be for your own protection. And then cyberbullying can be constant. It can happen in school, while they were playing, and even at home. Why? Because if the kid or the children or someone has their cell phones, of course they can see it anytime, whether they are in school, whether they are outside, whether they were playing, whether they were studying, or whether they are at home. And then cyberbullying can be viral. So sometimes you think that being viral means you're going to get more likes. Viral means it can surface and resurface and resurface again. So it may happen in 2016 and it can resurface again. So let's give an example. This is not a case of bullying, but rather this is about a late actor named Rico Yan. So there are a lot of Gen Zs that has been going viral, going to his grave, but they never met him, they never saw him in person, and they have never seen him in his movies or shows before. Rico Yan is an actor in the Philippines. So um, kids, Gen Zs, are trying to be viral on social medias because of that. So those are not good behavior of the Gen Zs. And that is the same with cyberbullying. So I just use this as a comparison. So for cyberbullying, there are cases that other people, they are not bullies, but when they encourage or when they do not say anything or do anything about a cyberbullying that they have witnessed or they have seen, it became much more viral, and then the bully continue to become bully, and then the victim may attempt for a suicide. So that would be some of the possibilities or possible outcomes. And then for cyberbullying, this is a very serious matter. So as I have said, there is a risk, a very high risk of suicide. Um, Whoever here watches K dramas or follows K pops, there had been a lot of cases also of suicides among some of the Koreans. And those would be in some sort of bullying, not just physically being abused, but also with cyberbullying. Now, how do we detect bullying? So, first and foremost, the most important is communication. Ask specific questions about online activities. So if you're a parent, you're a sister or a brother, or if you're a teacher or any adult that can help younger ones, or even a peer, you can ask them questions about their online activities, not because you wanted to tell them exactly what they need to do, but because you are concerned for their safety and security. Ask them what they think about online bullies and tell them to tell you if they encounter kids being mean online. So, as I've said again earlier, it's not just for kids, it is applicable also for adults, same age, or even someone who is older than you. Now, vigilance is also important for us to be able to detect cyberbullying or anything negatively that may happen online. So first would be try to check the difference or changes in the online activities of a person. Check also if there had been some changes in the mood before or after their online activities. And determine also and try to observe if there would be shifts in attitude towards social activities. So you can um, try to see the pattern before, during, and after the use of the social network sites or online activities. For example, playing a game like ML or COD, browsing online through Facebook, who are the common friends, or IG, any of those. Those are just for general example. So here are some strategies or tips that we can use in order for us to be much more observant and be safer online. So first, be a parent. We have to decide as a parent when the kids are ready for them to use their cell phone, their tablet, their laptop if they have laptop, um, online, and have an online account. It's not the kids to decide, it would be the parents. So you cannot say that it's the kids, they wanted it. In the Philippines, there are a lot of parents who created an account of their kids, even though the kids are just babies. So, as a teacher in ICT, as an advisor, I highly discourage parents doing this, but I have seen a lot of parents doing it already. So, first and foremost, it's not the kids who wanted to do that, but the parents himself or herself. One of the practices in online activities, you shouldn't be posting pictures of kids. For school accounts, you should be putting a blur on the face, and you should never mention names, addresses, or anything else with regards to the kids. Before you can post a picture of a kid into your account, especially if those are your students, you should get a permit from the parents allowing you to post their kids' faces, because that is a big no no in terms of social security and cybersecurity of the children. Now, even what if you are the parent? Again, yes, that would be your child, but as an ICT, I highly disencourage that. And I would rather say that, again, just a reminder, everything that you post will stay online forever, even if you delete the photos from your Facebook account, from your IG, from your Messenger, because we have an online cloud that all of the activities that you have would be in there. So, whatever you post, videos or pictures, it will be there and it can be retrieved by someone who can have access to the general cloud. As a parent, or as an adult, older one, you should stress respect for others. So again, do not do unto others what you do not want others to do unto you. So you have to respect others because you wanted to be respected yourself. Next, we should consider maturity of the peers and the child. So the responsibility that we give them for their online account, for their online activity, should match with the maturity that your kids have and their peers have. So, of course, you should also know who their peers and who their friends, whether that is face to face or on their online activities. And, of course, we should set clear rules. So, for example, you will allow them to play an online game, but their chatting should be disabled. And then it has to be locked for certain aspects of the game. Then we should also set clear consequences. Because you have set clear rules, there should be consequences if they violated the rules. It's not because it's the golden rule worldwide. That will be your rule for your kid on their activities online for them to become responsible digital citizens. So now they will become digital citizens because they will be practicing going online, playing, talking, messaging. So they have to be responsible digital citizens. And the parents or the adults guiding them, guardians, would be the one responsible as to how mature they will become as they become digital citizens. Another tip for cyberbullying: if we have seen a cyberbullying case, whether this is premature, beginning, or ongoing, we should always take the problem seriously. We shouldn't say that it was just a comment. So, even if it's just a comment, we should always take it seriously because any word, negative word, can highly affect how someone feels or someone perceives you. You should assure your kids that the reason for bullying is because they wanted to cause you to react something like that. So we shouldn't react to the bully. Instead, we should record the incident and report it. So in every country, we have our rules in terms of cybersecurity and cyberbullying, and we have to address it by finding solution legally. So you can find lawmaker attorneys, um, not exactly the cops, but they have a different division for that, for cyber security. And then we should all be proactive. Being proactive means being more savvy, get interactive in terms of what is happening in the world around you and your peers, your groups, and get the right tools. Make sure that the tools that you are getting is not a tool that will get all of your information to spam you or to hack your accounts. So, for example, um, there was an issue for Adobe. I'm not saying that Adobe is bad or anything, but there was a case or an issue or a concern for Adobe before that they have changed. Um, what do we call this? Their policy guidelines. So anything that you create and you make, they have the right to be able to use it for themselves or for the promotion from them. So that is making sure that you're interactive and getting the right tools. If you do not agree to the policy guidelines, do not check the check boxes that you are okay with it, because those tools, those applications may be able to get your information and use it for whatever they wanted to do with it. So it has never happened, but it may happen. So, for example, um, there was a case that a fast food chain in the Philippines had leaked, accidentally leaked information, or their account has been hacked. So it means every client from this period to this period with their names who have used the card or used an online banking, their information was taken out or was leaked to the public. So that will be that. So you have to make sure that we are using the right tools and being interactive. So safety and security is important. So here are some other safety tips online. So we can use it to manage our accounts or even the children's accounts. First is about websites. So we have to monitor and filter the websites that we are going in. We have to use the auto enablement of safe search. So who here uses safe search? I do. Everyone should do, especially if you have children. And there are certain sites wherein we can use parental control. One is YouTube. So why do we need safe search and parental control? Because if you do not see anything or you're not watching everything that your children are doing or watching or typing or clicking on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, they may be able to type something or they may click ads that are inappropriate for their age and that may have been showing explicit and implicit videos or footages. So that is why some kids are vulnerable. Kids have become vulnerable to online activities. So we should always have parental guidance while the children are using any devices. It does not necessarily mean that you'd be in front of them while they are using it or you're at their back to see everything that they're doing. Just good enough distance for us to see what they are doing on the um, phone or on their online activities. Okay, next would be for music. So if you think that it's only about videos and images, music should also be monitored. So we should monitor the music downloaded and we should limit access to explicit content. So just like the videos, there are explicit content. So I'll give you an example. There are certain songs wherein the lyrics can be using curse words and they were saying explicit content in the lyrics of the song. So it is true that everyone is free for their choices. But as an adult, as a responsible adult, we should know that children should have limited access to those kinds of music. So, because the children would be exposed at an earlier age for those types of languages and wordings. So we have to be careful with the music. Next would be about instant or direct messaging or any type of messaging. Okay, we have to monitor or block specifically if those are people that we do not know. So if you're going to say that How would you know if you're not going to answer to the messages? Well, the reason why we have messaging is because we know someone and this is a way for us to contact them. Because everyone was being too open, there had been more cases of phishing online. That would be getting your information, hacking onto your system, hacking on your account. In the Philippines, we have what we call as electronic wallets, like Gcash. If you would be able, if you will post your number, there would be some people who would be getting your number and trying to hack your information. So you just have to be vigilant and not give them your PTP. So that would be your that would be sent to your phone number, but they will contact you and ask you for that. So we have to be vigilant and be careful for it. There are phones or devices that have auto block. So if it is from a known number who are trying to text you or message you, it would automatically go to spam because it would show on your notification spam detected. It would automatically be um, thrown into your spam messages. And there are other devices who that is capable of doing auto delete the messages because they are considered spam. Usually those would be for numbers that have histories that it has been reported as spam messaging number used. Then we have to be vigilant on messaging apps and in group chats. So again, we have WhatsApp, we have Telegram, we have Viber, we also have Snapchat. So Snap would be for pictures, but you can also message there. What else do we have? We also have Line, and then we have, of course, the most popular of everything that would be your Messenger, and IG. So there would be some messaging application wherein you will automatically be put into a group chat like Telegram, and I think the other one would be Discord. So if in your device, one of your um, common things to do would be searching for crypto or um, yes, for crypto, then you would, if you have Telegram, sometimes you would be automatically placed in a group chat who are doing some crypto businesses. So that can be a case. That's why you have to make sure that when you use your device, you check all of the security settings so you can avoid those from happening. Okay, another one would be about videos, the one that I have mentioned. So we have YouTube. Can you think of anything else other than YouTube wherein we can watch videos? Yes. We should monitor and filter online or TV or paid subscriptions by showing rating. So, who here has Netflix? If you have Netflix, say I. Okay, so if you can review your subscriptions like Netflix, I think for K dramas and C dramas, that would be Korean dramas and Chinese dramas and even Japanese dramas, they have it in IKEA, Vayu. I forgot the other ones, but there are a lot. You can search for ratings. Is it parental guidance? Is it rated PG? What will be the rating even for the movies, because that is a way for you to filter and to monitor whether this should be a movie watched by kids from this age to this age or not. So not just because we're not already watching in the cinemas, most of us are watching paid subscriptions already, doesn't mean that we should be lenient about it. We should still be checking and filtering which is the most appropriate for kids to watch. If I'm not mistaken, for Netflix, there is an option for kids. So these are all kid friendly shows and movies. So you can just click that, and then it would show all the kid friendly shows and movies and even TV series. So that would be a great help actually. And then we should block inappropriate YouTube clips and from other sites. So aside from YouTube, there can be some TikTok. TikTok though is not an entire movie. It would be just clips, but there can be some inappropriate clips. So again, another thing is for some short clips like those, it may have a virus encoded with it. So we have to be very careful in terms of clicking specifically for video clips. Okay, next we have for games. Who here play games? Please mention the games online that you have played, or even the ones that you bought and then were playing. So it can be you bought a CD, you have uh, what do we call? I think NBA. Maybe for guys who are on the same age as me, you might have played NBA online, and then we have ML for the phone. Then we have COD. So those are games. So if you have played the games online, you are aware that there's what we call as group chats in there, or just chat. So there is a server chat within your server, and then we also have a cross server chat. So you were crossing other servers. So of course, cross servers has more people in it rather than your server chats. Now, we should limit the online interactions with the online games, because the more access that you open for your online games, you are getting more and more vulnerable for any types of any other activities in there. So, again, we have mentioned earlier, we have what we call as your predators. So, they put themselves to where more youngsters are in because they are predators of youngsters, and they would post themselves as someone else. They may post that they are from this country. They may post that their age is like this. They would ask you first, and then they would match their age to yours, because they were trying to make you think that this is how they look like, how they are personally, even though they are not. And then, as a predator, they might ask for more other personal information. That is what were um, a more need for cybersecurity in that case. That's why when you allow your children to play online games, you have to watch what they are playing. And then if you can try to go on that game as well, so you can see the interface or the activities that can be done there. So you can relate, and then you can teach your kids as to how to properly use it, so you can limit their interactions with other players. You have to restrict access to gaming websites as well. So if you think that is too much for them, too violent, too risky, too explicit, you should restrict their access for those websites. Uh, and then social networking. So this is, I think, is the most problematic, just like for games, because as I said earlier, even a baby now has a social networking account, specifically in Facebook. The Philippines alone is a huge example of a country that has even a newborn baby has a Facebook account. Again, that is not very advisable. Okay. For social networking, so as I tell my students, so they are fifth grade, sixth grade, so they are around 10 to 12 years old. I can't do anything now anymore if they have Facebook or IG, because it's either they created their account or their parents created their accounts. I will always tell them, before you have an account, there would be a phrase there that, are you 18 years old or above? So if you click yes, it means yes. You click the tick box. So ticking the tick box means you understood, and then you are saying that you are more than 18 years old, which means they cheated on their age, which means they either changed completely the entire birthday, or they changed the year of their birth. So again, that is already lying. So I keep telling that to my students, But now, since they already have an account because that's what they did or that's what their parents did, what I need them to do is to monitor the postings on social network sites and to make sure that the security of their account is highly secured. So, first and foremost, never share all of your personal information. Yes, you can share your name so people can find you, your relatives, your friends, but never share all of your personal information, such as your phone numbers, your address. For adults, that would be your social security number, your birthday. So, why? Um, Studies have shown, and even statistics have shown, most people uses their names, their birthdays, their family names or family members' names as their password, either on their devices, on their social network site accounts, any other accounts that they have, or even on their banking transactions, like for ATM, credit card, uh, whichever needs password, they usually use it as their password. So for hackers, they can use all of your social informations, all of your personal information, and even your connection to other people as a way for them to hack any accounts that you have. So whether you're an adult or you're a kid, hackers can do that to you. So we have to be very careful with that. And then I would advise my students to make sure that if they post this, this is not on public. They have to choose wisely on how to post anything online, whether it should be with friends only, with myself, or in public. So there are purposes why we use such settings. So they have to practice on using those purposes appropriately because we do not want to leak any other further informations that they have. Next, we have emails. So a lot of my students would say that they don't have emails, but would you agree that for Facebook, there was a time that you have to have an email before you can create um, social network site account? There was a social network site before, I think that's Friendster. It doesn't get your cell phone number, but it gets your email address. So in order for you to have an account there, you must have an email. You also have your LinkedIn, Twitter, yes. And then we have to choose to block emails, specifically spams. So because you use your email in opening certain accounts, everyone now knows your email. And then they get your email information and then they send you messages. So for example, marketing, telemarketers, you'd be surprised that they can email you even if you never purchase anything from them. Because if you take everything again from the boxes, that would be agreeing that you are allowing them to give your personal information to third party telemarketers so they can reach out to you. And if your phone number was included in your personal information for that database, then your number would be included to the one given to the telemarketers or the third party vendors. So you'd be surprised. You'd be receiving text messages, you'd be receiving SMS, and you would also be receiving emails. So again, you can choose to put them under spams, or if your device has an auto spam delete, then you have it. You should only allow it with approved contacts if those are the people that you know, and if those are communities or organization that you approve to send you an email. Then we have what we call as your instant alerts. So not everyone is aware about instant alerts, but there are certain countries or regions, or here in the Philippines, we still have instant alerts too, but not everyone is practicing it. So what is this? So these are text messages. It can be in a form of an email or a phone alert wherein someone went to a site that they are not allowed to. So, for example, you allow your kid to use your phone, or you connected the tablet of your kid to your phone, and then your kid went to an unsafe site, your phone would get an email alert or a text message or an SMS alert showing that this device went and visited this site. So this is restricted site. It would fall under the restricted site. But of course, you have to set up your settings first, because if you did not set up your settings, then you will not be able to receive any instant alerts for that. Okay, next is what we call as your remote management. So we travel for business, we travel for pleasure, and it's not every time that we are together with our kids. With remote management, we can manage as to what are the settings that they have on their account, whether we are far away from them. So, for example, we fly somewhere in our country far from them, but they have the laptop at home or a PC at home. We are going to use our cell phone to manage the browsing, the websites, and the social network sites. So we can change the settings anytime from anywhere using only our web browser. So wherever we are and whatever time, whether we are from a different country from where our kid is, we can change the settings anytime. So that would be very useful, especially if you're far away. Okay, and then we can generate also activity reports. So because we changed the settings, we can ask for activity reports. So what are activity reports? These are smart, informative reports of the online activity with summary reports sent to your inbox. So this is not actually an example as to what are the summary of where did you browse. But if you can recall, for Google, we have Google Maps. So if you have linked your account with Google Maps and it's on your phone, you're online, and you go online at the time that you were walking or going from this place to this. You posted a picture and tag this place that you were here. In Google Maps, if you would search in there, there would be a monthly report that is emailed to to your Gmail, and it would show all of the places that you've been for this month of this year. So that would be one of the activity reports. There's also the same case of activity reports for um, emails and which websites has been visited from this browser, online applications. If you were able to download a certain online application or game app, there are these times where it will ask you if you agree to allow it to check and monitor your gaming activity, which means it would monitor what time do you play for this online game application, or what days do you usually play. So those are online activity reports. Okay, then we have what we call as your time limits. So if you can recall from the very first time that I opened for this lecture, for kids, according to pediatrician, the maximum number of hours online screen time should not be more than 2 hours. So as adults, we should choose the times of the day that the internet is available for our kids. So we can turn off the internet, or we can um, lock it, or we can set a total time that can be spent online. So there are applications also that you can use for the phones, tablets, and even laptops that would auto lock the cell phone or the tablet if they are already exceeding the time that you placed on your system for them to be able to play online games or use the internet. Then for multiple profiles, this would be the last if I'm not mistaken. So um, there are people who have multiple profiles on their social network site. For example, I have multiple profiles because I have to manage not just only the school profile but also mine and then we have the school email, my personal email, and then my work email, and then our numbers. So I have to manage multiple profiles. Now, for other people, they choose multiple profiles. For example, there are political figures. So they have an account for their families and friends, close families and friends, and they have an account for public. So the people can reach out for them because that's their job. There are also some people who have multiple profiles because they forgot their password, or others were just creating multiple profiles because the need for their businesses. So, if you have multiple profiles, you have to set up monitoring and filtering policies for each profile, for each account, or for each user, and make sure that all the settings are appropriate for the use of the profile. So, for example, I have my personal account that is for my friends and families only, so that is not on public. So I made sure it is open only for friends and sometimes just for myself. And then I have another account wherein I have there all of the teachers that are my friends or within the DepEd community because that's where I work, all of the parents of all of the students that I have handled in my class, or even they I haven't handled their kids in my class. When they ask for friend requests, yes, you have to accept them because aside from being a teacher, I'm also the school information officer, which means it should be okay because I need it as part of the job. So of course, the profile in there should be public because you should be reached by people of for what purpose it is needed. So for kids, of course, you have to make sure that it is private. Yes, for added security. But if you wanted for your account to be private, then of course you can put it on private. If I'm not mistaken, there would be some settings right now for Meta, for Facebook, wherein you can lock your profile. So that is a very helpful one because not everyone can see even your profile picture. Well, they can see your profile picture, but they cannot screenshot it or download it because there are certain people who are capable of doing that, editing, especially right now that there are a lot of AI tools. So before we end, my closures and my closing um, sayings here would be technology trust is a good thing. It is good that we have technology and that we can trust technology, but control is a better one. So even if we have all of these types of technology around us, we should still be able to control technology for the right purpose that they have. Because at the end of the day, the goals are simple: safety and security. So if you have any questions with regards to our topic for tonight, feel free to write in the comment section any of your questions, and we will see if we can answer the questions. And that will be all for tonight. Thank you very much, and I have enjoyed your company. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation. Impact our knowledge seeker surely. Your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker learn and grow together. IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part two, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. IGP knowledge seeker. IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, I think after a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. There's no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you and have a great evening to everyone. See you soon.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seeker for the webinar certification, this is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question. Dear IGP knowledge seeker for the webinar certification, this is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the running session and get enrolled. After watching opening part 1, move to the next learning test. Passing mark 80% if passed. Back to the course again to download the certificate. If you retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching covering part 1, move to the next learning test. Passing mark 80% if passed. Back to the course again to download the certificate if you retake the quiz. Download the certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge series time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change the few process for online quiz competition on that. After live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching opening part 1, move to the next line test passing mark 80%. It passed. Back to the course again to download your certificate if you grade at the quiz. Download the certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I'm going to share the Their IGP now says time for the most engaging part of webinar, which is our online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change a few process for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button and give a link. Find the session and join with the log website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and join online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and Google Street of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz. বেঁচে আছে তো বলতেছে বড় মামি আমাকে ফোন দিছিল ডাক্তার দেখতেছে ওয়াশ করছে নাকি বিস্তারিত আমি কিছু শুনি নাই পূজার মারা পৌঁছেছে হ্যাঁ পৌঁছেছে ওরাও আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে না না খুলে নাই বড় মামি নাকি হেঁটে হেঁটে মেডিকেলে গেছে হ্যাঁ এমনি ওয়াশ করছে যেহেতু বেঁচে যাবে সমস্যা নেই ওয়াশ করে ফেলছে বলে ওয়াশ করছে এমনি হ্যাঁ মা আপনার ফোন আসছে মনে হয় option option 2 is the right answer. 90% people are right. Our next question is how old must one be to be a senator? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 70% people are right. Our fourth question is how should be vitamin E be estimated to help heal damaged tissues? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. Our next question is half MB2 would be the equation you use to find out how much potential energy the Kirby party has in the year. Is it true or false? electricity issue, we cannot continue the quiz session anymore. We will announce the winner, which we held the quiz session from this. So at the end of the session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happiest to safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to goal, not a people or things, Albert Einstein. Before I start, hit the like button. Again, wants to thank all RGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.